Yo, partnership alert, partnership alert, partnership alert. Living Corporate has a partnership with LinkedIn Learning, an American massive open online course provider that provides video courses taught by industry experts across a wide array of subjects. Now, the partnership is because Living Corporate has courses on LinkedIn Learning focused on diversity, equity, inclusion for leaders, career professionals, and anyone really looking to upskill themselves and be better allies. So make sure you check out our courses on LinkedIn Learning by clicking the link in the show notes. And let's just say you don't want to do that. When you go to LinkedIn Learning on LinkedIn, search Living Corporate. We'll be right there. All right? Peace.
What's going on, Living Corporate? It's Tristan, and I want to thank you for tapping back in with me as I provide some tips and advice for professionals. This week, let's talk about some of the reasons you weren't offered the job after your interview. Are you landing interviews but not being offered the job? If so, believe me, you aren't alone. Since an average of 3 to 5 job seekers are offered interviews for open positions and only one person can get the job, most people don't get offers. In working with people who've been in this exact spot, I've learned some common reasons why. The first reason is that it really has nothing to do with you. There's so many reasons you didn't have a chance to get the job from the start. Sometimes there's an internal candidate they've already settled on, but their company policy requires they interview external candidates during the process. Other times, you're coming in late in the interview process and the hiring manager has already made a decision on which candidate they want. Sometimes, situations change the company's direction and focus, so they decided not to move forward with hiring for that position. Throughout this process, we have to accept that there are just factors that are out of our control. The second reason is that you need to develop an interview strategy and/or brush up on your interview skills and etiquette. Have you ever just winged an interview? Most of us have, but that's not helping your chances at all. Take the time to prepare by researching the company and the people you're interviewing with to find ways to make connections and develop good questions. Also, something may be off about the way you're presenting. Maybe you didn't dress for the occasion, your body language is off, or you're simply distracted, fidgeting, or not providing enough eye contact. It's important to practice interviewing with a coach, friend, or family member to catch some of these errors. If you don't have anyone available, set up a camera, record yourself answering practice interview questions, and then watch the video to see what changes you might need to make. The third, and possibly one of the more common reasons you aren't the person getting the offer, is that you haven't reflected enough on your experience to tell the story of your career adequately. Many of us are so caught up in the day-to-day of our jobs that we often don't readily recognize the impact we make, which means we tend to have trouble conveying it to others. You have to take the time to build up your story bank of answers that showcases you as the best candidate for the role. By telling good stories about your experience, you can paint yourself as the solution to whatever problem that company is trying to solve by hiring this person. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list of what might be going wrong in your interview process, but they are some of the top reasons you may not be making it through the process. If this is a common occurrence for you, you might want to find a coach or someone you know who is a hiring manager to help you identify what changes you might want to make to increase your chances of landing your ideal role. Thanks for tapping in with me this week. I look forward to talking to you next week. This tip was brought to you by Tristan of Layfield Resume Consulting. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Layfield Resume, or connect with me, Tristan Layfield, on LinkedIn.